2004. Psych. I'm not Sophie from the Golden Girls. What's up, y'all? This is Krista from DC. Coming at y'all. Know it's been a minute. You know, it's been a minute. So, nonetheless, hope everybody's well. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the story. A little shook up because I was doing a little research before I started recording this, because of one of the people that's in the story, you know, just so I could maybe give you guys a little bit of background on this person. And I came across something that I hadn't realized before today. Kind of creeped me out a little bit. So, we'll go ahead and get into the story. What's up, Drew? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going? Okay. As you all know, last week, this whole thing started with the Tupac hologram that they had at a festival out in California. And I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. And yeah, it was really realistic. And, you know, we true Pac fans, you know, we still listen to Pac and we think about Pac. But, like, when that happened, it just, like, really resurfaced. It, like, kind of took you back. If you grew up in that era, it, like, kind of took you back to literally the 90s. You know what I'm saying? 1995, 96. So, something happened to me. And, September 2004, I was going to school, and I was going to school for medical transcription. And at the time, I was living in a neighborhood that was infamous for people getting spider bites, but not just like a little spider bite. Like, I don't even remember what type of spider it was, but it was the type that would, like, you'd be messed up. So, nonetheless, I ended up getting bit by one of the spiders. And I was told that once I saw a certain sign, that would be confirmation that I had been bitten and poisoned and to go get help, like, immediately. So I'm at school and I noticed this, and my leg went out, I couldn't walk, so they had to call an ambulance. So the ambulance came and got me, took me to Georgetown Hospital. So I don't know, if you're not from the DC areas, you might not know about Georgetown Hospital, but Georgetown Hospital is mostly where a lot of the upper echelon of the DMV area go to for medical services, like, you know, senators, congressmen, entertainers, like, you know, just the rich people, like the upper crust usually frequent that hospital. So they end up taking my poor ass there because my school was on K Street, which is downtown, you know, another prominent area in the city. So they had no choice but to take me there. So I'm sitting in Georgetown's ER. Now, I gotta go back to 1999 for a second. Okay, 1999, I had just turned 20 years old, and, you know, I was living the typical 20-year-old girl's life, urban, street thug, you know, whatever type life, you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is, at that time in my life, I was about that life. And so, Tupac, like, really appealed to me at the time because I always was, like, a thug nerd, you know what I'm saying? Like, You know, I always was into just education. I loved education. I was always into civil rights. Like when I was a little girl, I used to march for apartheid, like all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just like, but then in the same breath, you know, we're products of our environment, basically. So I always held something close in my heart for Tupac. And it's funny because around the time he died, I was mad at him because he went to death row and was just like, I just didn't understand what was going on. It's like I was feeling his music at the time, and now that I'm older, you know, I just love it to death. But, you know, at the time of his death, I was mad at him because I felt like he was losing focus. Like, he was just so caught up in that Biggie shit. Like, you know, it was just blowing me. You know, it wasn't the Pac that I knew and grew to love. The Brenda's got a baby Pac, the Juice Pac. You know what I'm saying? Let me see you toss it up Pac. You know what I'm saying? He had just become like really bitter, but so I was mad at him, you know what I'm saying? But then once I graduated and went full-fledged into the quote-unquote street life for a minute, street life, always about that street life, always been about that street life, but always had the knowledge to work and do what I'm supposed to do. I know how to be a productive citizen, you know what I'm saying? So I say that all to say, when I was 20, I decided to get a tattoo like Tupac's. So, I went and I got Thug Life tattooed across my belly like Tupac. And for those who might not believe me, here you go. Thug Life. Thug Life. Thug Life. So, yeah, okay, Thug Life. So, flash forward to 2004, back at Georgetown Hospital. I look over and I see about 25, 30 feet away, I see this woman, and I see this very regal looking woman. And I see a turban on her head with like a jewel encrusted brooch in the front. First thing that came to my mind is, I know that I ain't see Dolores Tucker over there. So then the next thing that came to my mind is, I heard Pop laughing, saying, "Now ain't this something that you know you got to, now ain't this something, you know you got to go over there and say something. I can't believe this shit. Get your ass up and go over there, Crystal." So, I go over there, and for those of you who don't know who Steve Dolores Tucker is, Steve Dolores Tucker was a U.S. politician and civil rights activist, best known for her participation in civil rights and her stance in gangster rap. Tupac and C. Dolores Tucker had infamous beef because in Tupac's song, How Do You Want It, he famously said the line, and I quote, Dolores Tucker, you's a motherfucker. Instead of trying to help a nigga, you destroy your brother worse than the others. And like, it started a shitstorm. Like, basically they hated each other. Like, you can Google it, whatever, and you will see that Tupac and C. Dolores Tucker hated each other. Okay? So I walk over to Miss Tucker and we're talking. And at first, as I'm talking to her, literally, I'm just hearing Pop just like going off, like, wow, like, I don't believe this. Like, if she only knew that you had a 6-inch thug life, going across your stomach, she would literally have a heart attack right here. So I sniggered a little bit to myself. And then once I sniggered a little bit to myself, I realized, I was like, okay, now you're talking to the lady. You need to focus on what she's saying, Crystal. So as I was talking to Ms. Tucker, I honestly don't remember the details of our conversation. She asked me what was I doing in life. I remember that, and I told her about that and what have you. And the next thing I know, her husband was there. Oh, very handsome man. I remember that. He's a very handsome man. And so we talked for about 10 minutes. And then I asked her why she was there, and her husband, that's how I saw her husband. Her husband chimed in and told me that she had been ill for a while, and he brought her to the hospital because she was ill. So after he said that, I apologize for disturbing her, and I was like, would it be too much to ask you just for an autograph? Because, you know, it's an honor to meet you. You know, you see Dolores Tucker, you know. So she was like, sure, no, you know, of course I'll give you an autograph. I'm honored to give you an autograph. You know, to sign something. So she asked me for a piece of paper and a pen. I gave her a piece of paper and a pen. So I'm thinking she just gonna write, you know, to Crystal, you know, to keep hope alive, you know, many blessings to you, Dolores Tucker, or something like that. You know, like a line or something. You know, the traditional autograph. That's not what she wrote. And this is where it gets creepy. Okay? Miss Tucker wrote, and I have the paper right here for everybody to see. I usually keep it in the frame with Obama. So I took it out, so everybody could see it up close. I don't know if you can see it. Well, I'll take a picture of it and just add the picture in there. So it says, to Crystal Blue, my last name, keep God first in your life, and you will be blessed with your dreams fulfilled. Always remember, you are an heir of kings and queens of Africa. God bless you always. C. Dolores Tucker. And then she included her phone number. And then this is where it gets a little creepy. This is what I just realized today in 2012. She wrote the date on it. She wrote September 13th, 2004. Well, when I went to go do a little research on her on Wikipedia and everywhere else, y'all is not gonna believe this. Miss Tucker died exactly 1 year and 30 days to the day of writing me this piece of paper. Yes. See, Dolores Tucker, who Tupac Shakur and Miss C. Dolores Tucker were known nemesis, well publicized that they were nemesis. I met her a year before she died, and she was very kind to me, but what's just so funny and ironic about it is if that lady would have known that I had a 6-inch thug life going across my stomach, she probably would have called security. She probably would have been like, oh hell no, this bitch trying to kill me. Oh my God, what is going on? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God, get away from me, get away from me. So when Dred shared why he wasn't going to post the Tupac hologram, and he shared his passion and his love and his just, he loves Tupac like Dred. Yeah, Dred, you got everything. You named everything you had about Pop. I know you were a fan. So, I just felt compelled to share this story. I thought you guys might like to hear the story. How C. Dolores Tucker wrote me a beautiful note, wrote a beautiful woman. No. How C. Dolores Tucker was kind to someone who loved. How C. Dolores Tucker befriended someone with thug life. Basically the trademark of her arch enemy. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that, and hope you enjoyed the Dre. I hope that was funny. I hope you thought that was like, okay, that's crazy. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. You guys have a great evening.